Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Book Nerd. And in today's video, we have some big time updates on the Star Wars universe, the future of the Star Wars universe that we are going to talk about in this video. But first, if you are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. We are on the road to Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, DC, pop culture, you name it. Hit the sub button so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Some big Avengers Doomsday news has broken recently. We're going to talk about that in the next video. This week we will also be getting a Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. So there's a lot that we are going to cover throughout the next couple of weeks. So hit the sub button so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. And without further ado, let us hop into this Star Wars update. So I wanted to make this video because we are post The Mandalorian and Grogu, and now we got to talk about what's next for Star Wars, right? So this update is coming at us from El Show Del Blendu on X. I guess this is a kind of Spanish account that follows Star Wars and stuff, and they have some information when it comes to things like the next trilogy, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So let's go ahead and start this update. They state the next Star Wars trilogy will be written by Simon Kinberg, will be episode 10, 11, and 12. And the most important thing to highlight is that it seems to have become a priority for Lucasfilm and Disney Studios. For some time now, we've known that Simon Kinberg is writing a trilogy of films. Kathleen Kennedy even confirmed its existence last year, and during her farewell interviews earlier this year, revealed that 70 pages of a story treatment had already been written. Hollywood expert The Insider shared what he knows and thinks in the latest episode of his podcast, The Hot Mic. Initially, Snyder was puzzled by the fact this week the mention of episodes 10, 11, 12, and 13 was being treated as news. The journalist stated, basically, when this project was announced, it was said that Kinberg's movie was intended to be episode 10. What can be added to that is that it won't be a reboot with completely new characters, but rather a continuation of Rey Skywalker's story, with her having already built a new Jedi Order facing a new threat in the galaxy. Yes, Rey will return. In any case, the new trilogy is shifting from being a secondary priority to a main one, and this shouldn't come as a surprise since Lucasfilm and Disney have started to think about what's next after Star Wars Starfighter now that the movie has already been finished. Star Wars Starfighter is undoubtedly the turning point of the Star Wars universe. So, that is a big time update from this particularly, I guess, quote unquote insider we're going to call for now. Keep it in mind, all of this coming with a grain of salt, right? But it does make sense for Star Wars to kind of start a new trilogy back up. It's been 7 years since we have seen a Star Wars movie, and The Mandalorian and Grogu I thought was kind of a decent welcome back for Star Wars. The fans loved it, which is kind of what you want, right? It really doesn't matter about what the critics think or what we YouTubers think online, right? It's about what the fans want, and the fans really seem to enjoy that. So the fans enjoying Star Wars' welcome back to theaters is going to allow Star Wars and Disney to make more movies and make more trilogies, and this is a step in that direction for Disney. Now, my thoughts on this, I really don't think they need to do the Rey saga. I think they need to go away with it because it's simply not working story-wise for Star Wars and what's to come after the Jedi Order, right? Nothing on Daisy Ridley or any of the cast like that, but this stuff has not worked for Disney, and it's not what George Lucas wanted to happen after, of course, the Jedi Order and Order 66 and stuff like that. Now, personally, I do think that they should focus on things like the Mandoverse. I think a film with Ahsoka, Bad Batch, Mando, Boba Fett, all those guys, like the Clone Wars type characters, would do numbers for Star Wars if done right. However, again, that is not happening, and I am excited for Starfighter, but I'm also curious to see what's next for Star Wars after this film, as it's looking like Starfighter is going to be the turning point when it comes to kind of reintroducing these characters like Rey and continuing her story in episode 10, 11, and 12. And it seems like keeping Rey around is what is happening over at Disney. Personally, again, I am not for it. I've been saying it for a while, but I just don't think this character should be the main focal point of the Star Wars universe. Again, nothing on the actor, nothing on what the cast has done. I like John Bodega's character. I really do. I've liked a lot of the characters that they introduced in the Skywalker Saga, but it's like Palpatine return? Why in Episode 9? Right? We've heard rumors that they were going to cancel that trilogy starting from The Force Awakens and 7, 8, and 9. We've heard that they were going to cancel that, but now it's looking like they are going to, of course, continue Rey's story. Ultimately, I am not a fan of it, but you guys let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Do you think that Disney needs to continue the Rey saga in the Star Wars universe? What do you think is going to happen after Starfighter? It seems Starfighter is going to be a different style of Star Wars film, and then we go into the new trilogy. So I'm very curious on that. Also very curious on what's happening with it when it comes to Mandalorian, Boba Fett, all of those other characters that we've introduced to on Disney Plus shows, but we have not gotten them in movies or anything like that. So again, very curious. I'm just flat out curious on what's going to happen with the next Star Wars trilogy, and it seems like Rey is going to be the main focal point. But again, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. Hit the sub, leave a comment. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.